We been in the gym. Yeah, we been in the gym. Focused on the win. What you say, boy? Come again. Hey, please come again. LA, we ain't poppin'. Hey, who won't stop us now?
What's good,
Who won't stop us
everybody?
now?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Who won't stop us now?
Welcome to yet another edition
Who won't stop us
of
now?
Debate Fuel. And of course, I'm your host, your boy, the Prince of Bosch himself, Dwayne. I'm in the building, and I'm joined by, well, my two favorite people who, we got to let loose on y'all because we got some heavy topics to talk about. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and just do this, championship style. And in my blue corner over here, we got the Eagle flying, Celtics green pride wearing, anti-cowboy hating.
Yes,
My
sir.
man, Derrick Myers. Talk to the people. How you doing, sir?
I'm great, bro. Just starving. That's it. Outside of that, I'm
Hey.
good.
Hey, I feel you. You starving to get that debate action, right? You
Hey,
starving
man.
to eat your opponent up over
I'm-
here. Is that what it is?
Tear them up.
Is that what it sound like it is? And of course, over here into the red corner, right here, I got my man, my boy, the one and only black and gold Saints fan himself, and let's not forget Mr. Zion Williamson, the hype man, and the number one reigning, defending, undisputed LeBron James champion and partial Lakers fan, if you will, Mr. Ric Sincere.
How y'all doing,
Rick, talk to
everybody?
the people.
Humbled to be here.
Yes.
My boy. Talk to the people, man. How you feeling, Rick? How you feeling?
I'm doing well, bro. Geek to always be here, bro. It's an excellent day, man. I saw Zion, man. My brother's ready, healthy, got the fresh cut,
Come on.
and
Come on.
and he had the guns out, suns out. So it's a beautiful day, especially for all these Pelican fans out here. You know what I mean? Everybody was
The new
wondering if he was
ones.
gonna turn into gumbo, gumbo Zion. That ain't the case, and we over here geeked about it. You feel me? So
Yeah.
we ready to rock, man.
Hey.
I got a hot
Hey.
take for y'all today too.
Oh,
Y'all ain't ready?
let's get it.
Okay. That's what we love. But before we get into that hot take, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the special guest referee for the very championship bout on this edition of the Debate Fuel, I'd like to welcome a special guest in the house, a number one host of a very dope, popular basketball show by the name of I Got Next. My boy, Wes Reynolds. Talk to the people. How you doing, man?
What up? Doing good, man. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
no problem. Welcome to the Bayfield. So let's go ahead and we're going to kick this thing off a little bit with some NFL talk before we get into the basketball talk a little later in the show. So if you haven't heard this news already, let's go ahead and just remind the people that there was a key signing that took place this week from a brother that, nicknamed Superman. I guess it's fitting now since he's a super patriot, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, Cam Newton is officially a New England Patriot. He has gone to the dark side, some may even say. Does that even make him Superman anymore? I don't know. But fellas, what are y'all thoughts? What are y'all feeling? Talk to the people.
Man, I'll open up the floor. Go ahead, DM. You want to take this one? Or you want me to take it?
No,
Bro,
go.
honestly, I'm so geeked for Cam. I'm ridiculously excited for Cam Newton. I'm not excited about what he got paid because that was criminal. But I am excited about the opportunity he's able to get, right? So Cam Newton was actually, he was the face of the franchise. If you remember 2015, the whole world was dabbing. Everybody in the world either you were a Cam Newton hater or you were a Cam Newton fan. He took the entire planet by storm, kind of by what he was able to do on the field. He was tremendous. He was large. He was athletic. He was a phenomenal athlete, and he was doing it in a way that was so crazy because he didn't have any real weapons, right? And then he got hurt. I mean, look, carrying the team on your back for that extended period of time could hurt you. So he got hurt. So with him being hurt, right, he gets hurt. He actually has to, leave, right? He's off. He hasn't been back on the field for a few years now. And we haven't been able to see MVP Cam Newton since that time when we saw MVP Cam Newton, right? So got cut. And all of Carolina was a little bit sad about it, right? Yeah. But not really sad because, they understood a little bit. Like you kind of got the vibe in Carolina that, hey, man, he's not the same. And so it's time to go. And Cam Newton, didn't take it well. He took the IG. He started working hard daily. You start seeing him in the gym all the time, right? Quotes, gospel music playing in the background, right? He started to get biblical with the stuff he was saying, right? And then all of a sudden, after he had been through so much stuff, bro, he finally gets his opportunity. Team after team passed on the opportunity to grab a guy like Cam Newton, an MVP. Y'all don't want him. They didn't want him. In New England, always, y'all know how Bill Belichick is, man. When everybody else playing checkers, he playing chess. So he knew he could swoop in at the right time and get Cam Newton for a bargain. He did. Cam was like, you know what? I don't even care about the money. I just want to prove everybody who doubted me wrong. Feel me? And this is his time. It's his chance to do it.
You know why it was the right time for them to get him?
Yeah.
The PR. That's why it was the right time for them to get Cam. I will say this though. It was yes, because they announced the punishment for the cheating scandal when they videotaped the Bengals and everything like that. It was PR, but I have two guys that I think that it would be very beneficial for them to go get.
Go for it.
Trade for Njoku.
Mm-hmm.
Get you a nice tight end.
Wait. I don't know though.
Why?
I don't know. They actually spent a lot. They spent a few of their draft picks on tight ends, and so they already spent enough draft capital on tight ends in the draft. New England did.
Who do they have at tight end right now though?
Before then, it was Ben Watson, but Ben Watson is retiring, right?
Right.
And so in the draft they went after some tight ends, and so and honestly, a lot of people were hoping that they went after co-commit. They didn't. They went after in the third round. They spent 2 third-round picks on tight ends, right? One from UCLA and the other one from Virginia Tech. Devin Asi, and then Dalton Keene. Both were tight ends, third-round tight ends. And so, you spend a third-round pick on a tight end, you expect to have some type of production. The Saints were another team that spent that type of pick on a tight end in Adam Troutman, right? And they they spent some capital, some draft capital on some tight ends already, and I think it was on purpose because they knew what they were going into, right? David Njoku is a different level of talent, right? Like he is, and you expect to see him, but he's been somewhat of a disappointment during his time, with the Browns. And so, it would
because
be good
of Baker
for them.
Mayfield.
I mean, it could be, it could be because of Baker, but honestly, it's because of that offensive line, in my view.
That too.
And
but
so
I think Baker is a good part of that.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I think with some protection, Baker could be okay. But I think they've spent a lot of at least draft capital on tight end. I don't know if they actually go out and do the thing with David Njoku.
I would be intrigued to see if that's what they do. I think if they could figure out a way to get Njoku, that would be a move to make. But also maybe getting Josh Gordon.
Now they've had Josh Gordon before.
Yeah.
You think
contract?
And you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, they got a Super Bowl. With him on the roster, they got a Super Bowl. I'm not saying he was big or anything like that for their run, but
they had him last season.
They had him last season, but I think a reunion.
And he just burned you again.
But this year they're not testing for weed.
Yeah, but his problem is alcohol too.
Yes, but that's 50% of the problem. I think. Listen,
are we not done? Like, you advocated for them to go back after a girl who has done you twice. She finished you twice.
Have you never gone back to an ex?
Has it ever worked out?
In some cases, it has. In some cases, it has.
Like,
in
legitimately.
Some cases, in some cases, it has.
Did she get you to the ring?
No one's got me to the ring yet, so.
That's a different conversation.
That's because I'm not ready. but I did buy a ring.
Okay.
So in some cases,
was it for X?
For an X, yes.
Now I bought a ring for an X too one time. That didn't work out.
Listen, it didn't work out. But listen, I think it would be a very good option for them. You have Sanu, you have Josh Gordon, Sonny Michel, with Cam Newton. That would be a really good offense, and I mean, I guess Julius Edelman as well. But that would be a really good offense for them to have. That would be a more so a cheap option. They are going the cheap route, so why not dive head first with that? Just go full throttle with it, man. Why not?
Nah, man, I like it. I like the I do. Okay, so I think about Josh Gordon. Honestly, what you're presenting is a good thing. I understand, because you're saying, hey, look, if you're going the cheap route and you're looking for cheap talent on offense, then maybe cheap talent on offense is, somebody like Josh Gordon. Another guy that's out there is Martavis Bryant, right?
That's right.
So Martavis Bryant is another guy who's kind of available, who could be like,
big.
cheap talent, right? And big, right? Big and cheap talent, and fast, right?
Yeah.
So they could go that route of cheap talent. I also like the thought of I like the thought of Njoku. I don't know if they would, based on what they did, but they could go the Njoku route. So okay, let's say they do that. So let's say they go after Njoku, Martavis Bryant, and they have Josh Gordon. I feel like what we're going to find out is how well is the system working, right? How well does this system work? Because think about it. Everybody has blamed Tom Brady for eternity of being a product of the system, right? And we've seen several quarterbacks go into that system and it work out well for them, right?
Yes.
And we've seen that in New England. When Tom went down, we saw them still have an 11-win season because the system can work, right? And the system works. So now we're going to see, hey, look, can the system work for real with a mobile quarterback like Cam Newton? And I don't even know how mobile he'll be, with the second version of himself.
I have high hopes for him. I really, I actually do. I know a lot of people are saying that they think he's lost a step, but the strength seems to be there. I don't think he's lost a step in terms of mobility. I think he's going to be a bigger threat than a lot of people think.
And I think
I really do.
Do you think he'll blend well into that system? Though, do you also think, and this is my last question for you, like, do you think that they become a Super Bowl contender based on Cam Newton being there?
I believe so. Because look, like I said, you're replacing Tom Brady with mobility. That's pretty much it. Brady wasn't mobile, so I think you add that mobility to that offense. I think that'll be a very, very intriguing thing to see. Now, if they face off with the Eagles in the Super Bowl, it's going to be the same result as last time. But
all right.
But I do believe that they have a really good opportunity to make a run this season.
But you know what? I think that system is based on timing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit based on timing and the ability to get the ball out pretty quickly and to use those slot receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I like Cam a little bit for that. He has some experience throwing to his running back out of the backfield, right? You know, they like to use James White a lot. He had Christian McCaffrey, so that I kind of blends. The slot receiver, they'll have Julian Edelman as the main piece for them. That could blend well. I'm concerned about him holding the ball for an extended period of time.
I can see that.
And I don't see that being. I don't know how that blends in with this system. I hope it works out, right? But I wonder if he goes back to that tendency, or still has that tendency of holding the ball for an extended period of time.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. But I think this Cam is going to be very interesting. I honestly don't see him staying in New England past this season, though. But I think it's going to be very intriguing. And, maybe they bring him to Atlanta after that.
I just want him to get that apron off his head and call it a day, man. Whatever that thing is he's wearing. I just need him to switch that up. And that mop thing he got going, I need that to go away.
Hey, man.
And I'll be all in.
I like the locks. I think that it's weird how he styles it. That's about it. But Cam is different, man. The only thing I hate about Cam, and I said this on the sideline, guys, the only thing I don't like about Cam is his font. That's really it.
That you don't like that font?
No. No.
Wait, my man's walking around in a freaking onesie and a napkin on his head, and you got a problem with the font.
Westbrook does the same thing.
We gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that a little later. We're gonna say that for the debate of the week. But
I don't like. Okay.
that being said, that Cam is definitely, for the Patriots at this point, because now it's make or break in both cases. It's going to be an interesting headline and an story to see, was Brady initial parts of the Patriots' success, or will Cam come in and single-handedly show that, much like in the past of Rick's point, the Patriots can be successful without Mr. Brady? We'll see that with him being in the Bucs. Now, that being said, though, let's talk about another NFL team that's made controversial headlines for
Uh-oh.
Your thoughts?
Well, we were losing you there for a second, Dwayne.
You were chopped and screwed.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you fellas hear me?
Yeah, I got you, man. Good. No.
And them being backed into a
Yep.
Okay. I know. I think I can pick up where he's going. The Washington football team. What are your thoughts on the fact that they are now being backed into a corner to forcibly change their name?
sounds about.
This is a tough one. It's a tough one, but I'm gonna go on the side of them needing to change it, right? Like, and we need to hear. Okay, so there's the Native American community who is outright saying that hey, look, this name is offensive to us, right? Mm-hmm. Like, this name is offensive to us. We don't like it. Please change it. Right?
Right.
And it's one thing to just call somebody a racial slur. It's a whole nother thing to have that racial slur be the logo. have apparel that's sold with the racial slur, right? Have people dress up and chant the racial slur. Have like everybody just kind of moving around. Okay, I got to think about the Cowboys versus the racial slur, right? The Patriots versus the racial slur. I got to hear it over and over again. I buy Madden. I want to play. I live in DC. I want to play with the racial slur. Like, what's the deal? You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about it, right? Like, I would hate a team to be called the Carolina Negroes or the Negroes, right? Like, I would hate that. Like, wouldn't y'all hate it if there was a team called the Atlanta Negroes? Like, wouldn't that be a deal? I don't want to say it. I don't know what
Carolina Coons. That would suck.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
That would suck. Yeah.
Thank you, Wes. Wes with the save. I'm trying not to say the N-word.
I was gonna say it, but there you go.
Yeah, you're right. I would hate to see the Carolina Coons and then see a bunch of white people walking around with Carolina Coons gear.
wearing blackface.
Oh man.
Just team pride.
Yeah, man.
That's not it.
I would hate that too. But this is the thing about it that's been an issue for me. This has been a conversation. This is nothing new. There's nothing new about this. Now Washington has done their little study surveys and asked different groups if they find it offensive. They went with the ones that said no, they didn't find it offensive. There's plenty of people that said that it was offensive, and now that they are being backed into a corner where Nike, PepsiCo, and FedEx, who has their name on their stadium, are telling them you need to change this. Either you change it or we're done. And this is the only reason why they're changing it. If this is it, okay. I mean, this has been a complaint for years, though. This is nothing new. That's why I have an issue with all these different companies that do moves to just pacify groups. That's why this thing to me is just kind of like they're not changing it for the right reasons. They're changing it because they don't want to lose the money. And all right, I mean, either way, it's going to get changed, right?
Well, I think they are changing it. I heard earlier today that they were changing it to the DC Redskins. That's where they were headed, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. See if that goes over well with the people who are complaining about it.
Because Washington, that's offensive. Washington's offensive. How dare you?
I know there are a lot of people that actually say that they want to change the name to the Red Tails, I believe. They said they want to change it to Red Tails so that they can go ahead and keep that R logo for the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
why don't you just call them the Rebels? I guess that's too Southern.
I don't know. I don't know. The problem that I have with all this is that
Renegades.
Only the Renegades. Yeah. See, I couldn't care less if they wanted. Their goal is to actually keep partial logo or whatever. That should not be the reason why you're changing the name to something else. Change it to something else. Like, just change the identity completely. The idea that there's some people that are actually suggesting names that still, like Warriors and other things, that still have the branding of Native Americans and whatever, is still offensive. I mean, there are other teams that need to go ahead and work on their names, like the Braves. There are other teams that need to work on that. But if you're talking about Washington, they need to just do a complete slate. They clean the slate, get a different name, different branding, all that stuff. Because what, you just want to save your mascot? Like, I don't get it.
Well, okay, so there's so much money that goes into rebranding, right? And it'll take it'll take possibly millions. I mean, think about it, right? So for MTMV, if somebody came out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, y'all got to change everything MTMV," that means a logo change, everything that used to have MTMV on it has to change, right? Like if somebody was like, "Hey, OTS is for somebody else," right? Now everything OTS has to be switched off, and so you have to go back and then kind of redo so much stuff, and then going forward, right? You just have to get a whole city now behind, this whole thing. But I have a suggestion though. I think they should change to the Washington Mystics because at least they have a championship in the last decade. And so that'll
be Let's go. Let's go. I think it'll
be good. Maybe it's something the city could get behind.
They have playoff experience.
They have.
And honestly, that's probably what's holding them back. Maybe it's just the name that's been holding them back. Since like I don't know when the last time they were super relevant.
I have a theory though. Yes, I have a theory about that. They're not going to get over all the knee injuries on that team until that happens.
Curse?
I think they're cursed. I think they are. Darius Geis, Alex Smith, Griffin.
Yeah.
First name.
Oh, Robert Griffin.
Robert Griffin. Yeah. Everybody's had like near career-ending knee injuries there. So I think that's part of it. Like the same way we look at the Kardashian curse, that's how I'm looking at Washington.
But okay, so I want to say it's the curse, but the problem with the curse is that if these are, I don't know, like spirits or something, they take years off. So in 1983, they took a year off. And they won the title, right? In 1988, they took the year off, right? And then in 1992, it was like, hey, man, it's whatever. And so maybe they...
Yeah, they got new spirits that came in, took over.
Maybe so, and maybe so maybe the spirits were like, you know what? They did go ahead and get the first black quarterback. The first black quarterback to ever win the Super Bowl did come from Washington. So maybe the spirits like, you know what? They are racist. They are. I'm sorry. The name is racist. It is somewhat offensive, but they are being somewhat cool to the blacks. So let's chill out. But then as time went on, maybe they were like, you know what? They stopped being so cool with the blacks. I don't know what's the situation in Washington right now with blacks. And maybe the spirits are like, you know what, man? We're back. And
back and better than ever.
Give me that knee. And maybe the only way they're going to get this thing right is if they change the name. So I think you got a point.
I think so, man. It's something is just off about it. Something's off, man. And Jordan Reed, his career is pretty much done, right? He's already retired, right?
Jordan Reed, wow. No, I think he's a free agent right now. But
I thought he was forced to retire because of the concussion.
No, I think Jordan. Well, I'll look to make sure, but I think Jordan Reed is still an available free agent. But I think about it, bro. Like think about this. This is kind of curses, right? We got Dwayne Haskins was like outright. All the scouts believed that he was the man, right?
Yes.
They went to go get Dwayne Haskins, and Dwayne Haskins like comes into Washington, and we're thinking, yo, this is it. The Giants go ahead and draft Daniel Jones, and everybody's like, oh, that sucks. That's stupid. That's dumb, right? And then by the end of the season, the Washington Redskins are thinking about, should we get Tua? And then, and everybody in New York is like, we love Daniel Dimes. You feel me?
Yes.
Like it wasn't supposed to happen like that. But
yes.
My God, that's the way it happened.
Look, for Tua's sake, I'm so glad he didn't go to Washington. For Tua's sake, I am so glad. I feel bad for Dwayne Haskins. But I think he'll be able to get into form. I don't think he'll have success, or that team will have any type of success, even like being the third in the NFC East until they change their name. I just don't, because
I agree.
this part of this is like I spoke about earlier, the pacifying thing. This is like the NFL saying, "Hey, we're going to play the Black national anthem before the games." What does that do? What does that do?
I like it. I like it.
I don't.
I like it.
I don't. Who? Tell me this. You're up in Minnesota, okay? They play this song. Who in Minnesota? How many people in Minnesota actually know this song?
That's the thing. Nobody knows the song.
You don't know "Lift Every Voice and Sing"? You never sing that?
No. I love the song and know the song.
Okay.
I too am black, my friend.
Okay.
But
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But at the same time, right?
Yeah.
I do completely understand that there's a group of people, I mean, mostly across the nation, who have no clue what the song is. They have no clue what the song is. They don't know this song. They've never heard of this song, right? But what this does is it introduces them to the song. You feel me? You need to know that the song exists. And when everybody stands up for the first one and then they all kneel for the second one, it's going to because they're going to play it first, right? So when they all stand up for that and then they all kneel for the actual thing, it's going to be a different situation, bro. And people are going to like feel that. People don't know the song. I know what you're saying. You're like, yo, it's just pacifying us, right? Play the song pacifies. But I mean, hey, however we got to get this done, make awareness happen.
I can feel that. That's a good point.
It's a good point. I don't. It doesn't do anything though. Just so they know the song, it doesn't do anything. I would much rather the NFL, the corporation that has white men with billions of dollars, how about they help to change legislation instead of playing a song? How about you bring Kaepernick back into the league because he brought awareness to this situation?
Kaepernick has been generating interest. And so right now we've been hearing his name coming up a lot, and NFL GMs are saying they're open to the idea of bringing in Colin Kaepernick, right? So it's not, so right now it's just probably just a matter of COVID that he's not already signed, because they're going to bring him in for workouts. I think right now they can't have workouts, right? I actually went to, like I said, we went to this American National Combine, right? It's like a regional combine. And there were people there who were scouting for the NFL. Well, they were scouting for the NFL because the NFL right now can't have those private workouts or those private visits. And so because they can't do that according to what the rules are, that's probably why you can't bring in a Colin Kaepernick for a look-see. Because honestly, for Cam Newton, yes, I'll sign Cam Newton because I just saw him. But we haven't seen Colin Kaepernick in like almost 4 years. So I'm not signing Cam Newton just off the strength of the revolution. I need to see what he looks like with a football in his hand.
But they just had this phony workout for him last year, right?
That was last year before COVID, and I was at that workout. And when I saw him throw, right, he looked good. Like, he looked good. And they do have the NFL tape on him, right?
Yeah.
But that's different from a year ago, right? And right now, I don't know what Colin Kaepernick looks like right now. I don't know, and I haven't seen him play football for real in years. I can't just sign him. I need to know for sure if I'm going to deal with all this, because I can't cut him. Once you sign him, you can't cut him.
No.
You feel me?
No.
Like, I can't cut him unless it's clear his football stuff is bad, right? Like, he gets to be on the field and suck in order for me to cut him. I can't, like, the backlash from that, I'm going to get twofold of backlash, and you already know that. I'm gonna get too much backlash. So when I make this move, I gotta be sure that it's the right move. I gotta have him in. I gotta see him. I gotta see him to know that it's real. And I can't see him through video. I need to see him with my own eyes. I need to look in his eyes and say, hey, are you here for the movement or are you here for the team? Right? And I need to know that. I need to talk to him, right? And I need to see that arm. I need to see that arm. You feel me? Because look.
No, go ahead.
It's gonna do big things for the movement anyway.
Yes, it is.
It's gonna do big things for the movement anyway. However, I'm gonna need you to look good as a quarterback too. So I need to see that with my eyes.
Yeah, I think that with that farce of a workout that the NFL put on for him, that's tape enough for right now. Especially you're talking about Cam Newton had not played. When was his last game? Early last season. Like he didn't even finish the season out, right?
Yeah, he didn't. Mm-mm.
So technically speaking, like
the workout that happened,
the workout
wasn't the NFL's though. The workout that actually happened wasn't the NFL's.
I know it wasn't. Okay, so the NFL invited teams.
So we went to Flowery Branch, right? So I went to Flowery Branch to go see him there. So we go out to Flowery Branch, but remember they had a location change. That workout was the one that was scheduled or set up by the NFL. That workout was going to be led by NFL coaches. That workout was going to be the farce of the workout, right? Mm-hmm. He relocated to another high school, right? So we went to that high school. And watching at that high school, he was with his guys. Right. He went through a workout that I don't know who set it up or how it was set up, but it was a workout, right? It was a full NFL workout. And, you know, all the journalists and media went with him to see that workout. So that one, the one he did was one he wanted to do. And it wasn't a farce of a workout. It was the one that he wanted to show people.
Right. But it was still filmed, right?
Yeah, it was filmed.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, they can at least take the film from that to have a conversation with Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand right now it's kind of hard to work out players because of everything that's going on. But if the NFL really wants to do something, maybe entice one of the teams that signed him. You're ready to entice teams that sign black GMs and front office personnel. How about you entice a team with the draft pick if they get Kaepernick?
I know, Derrick, you ain't gonna like that.
I'm not gonna like that, but how about you at least show me you're trying to get him back into the league. Show me that.
Your first tweet gonna be like, "This is ridiculous. What are they doing?"
I'm gonna say more than that, but but yeah, I like.
What you want to do? Third round pick for the first team that signed Colin Kaepernick. Go.
At least
Hander squad, man.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. But at least show me you're trying to do something to bring him back in. You know, just outside of you saying, "Hey, you guys can sign him," go ahead. Like, who's going to take that first step? It's a risk, right? Like you said. So entice the team to do it. I just think that would be a good thing.
I like that. Them playing Lift Every Voice and Sing is the signal for them to sign Colin Kaepernick. Every time they play it, they're like, "Hey, it's okay to sign Colin Kaepernick. Here's the song."
I don't know, man. I get it. But there's different ways you can. You don't have to play that song. It doesn't do anything, bro. It doesn't do anything. Listen, I'm pro-black, all that, but that doesn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's to me, it's just more pandering. Like the NBA, for example, they're of course they put Black Lives Matter on the court in Orlando, which I'm not a huge fan of. They're allowing the players to have messages on the back of their jerseys instead of their names.
I don't like that.
I'm not a fan of it either. But
I hate that. I don't know all them players.
Look, how about when a rookie is out there playing and you see Black Lives Matter on the back of his jersey? Like, what are you supposed to do with that?
I can't wait till the announcer messes up, right? He's like, Black Lives Matter for the dunk.
But
then what about the other players?
Right.
Showed you the black.
How do you call the play for that?
Black 23 with the jam.
And then what about the other side, right? Because some players gonna put all lives matter on their back, right?
Oh. Well,
all lives matter with the block.
They actually just had a.
It's the NBA. They're not crazy.
Yeah, they just released a list.
They jump in the locker room.
They just released a list of approved sayings they could put on their jerseys, and I read it, I didn't see All Lives Matter, so it's gonna be thank God they didn't put that on there. But the difference with the NBA and the NFL for me is that they're not just doing like those exterior things. Like they're actually like listening to their players about what they should do, like how they should move and what's best for the movement. They're working, they're doing their due diligence with that. That I can respect. I can respect the NBA more than I can respect the NFL, because the NFL is just like, oh, okay, hey, we'll jump in, we'll throw y'all a little bone, sing your black song, like that's what it seems like. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. You know what I'm saying? So the NBA, I see more from them in terms of what they're willing to do in their outreach, how they're supporting the players that are out in the movement. You know, like the Celtics were big behind Jaylen Brown coming down to Atlanta to march and protest. You know what I'm saying? Like the teams, the GMs, the front office, everyone is actually behind their players, and the support is genuine. That's what I appreciate. I don't see that from the NFL. Sorry.
You don't. So you don't see the $250 million that they pledged to social justice movements. You don't see the $44 million that they funded to the social justice work.
Listen,
you don't got no love for that.
Here's the thing. You suck for that. But what I'm saying, I'm talking about in terms of like what their response has been to the George Floyd situation, to Breonna Taylor, to all of that. Like the NBA's response has been more so like, hey, yes, we're really behind you. The NFL is just like, oh, let's play catch up. We'll throw you a little bone and pacify you for this. That's what I don't appreciate. Yes, they have put money toward those initiatives, but that was more so because of players like Malcolm Jenkins and others that stood up and was like, hey, like you guys need to do something for real instead of just whatever. And that came from Kaepernick's protest. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a direct thing from that, and that's all I'm saying. They did put money toward the initiative. I respect it. I'm not saying that they're not doing anything, but their response to this time that we're in right now, that has sparked this movement to like go like even harder. Their response has been worse than NBA.
Look, I'm not gonna act like, and I'm gonna give credence to what you're saying here. I'm not gonna act like the NFL isn't part of the problem, right? Like, if they're giving money, it's because of a problem they created, right? Like Colin Kaepernick, the whole Colin Kaepernick thing is an NFL problem, right? They colluded to keep this guy out of the league, and that's been confirmed. We understand that, right? And so if that's the case, then they are the problem, right? And so anything that they do is playing catch up or making up for something they caused. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff that I'm just not into when you're placating towards stuff like that. You know, I just have more respect for the NBA and their response to this time period. It's just been more genuine than the NFL. And that's just where I just have more respect for them.
To play devil's advocate real quick.
Yes, sir.
I think the only difference between the NFL and the NBA is the NBA, their prominent, like, star, the face of the league has always been black. So you almost have no choice but to kind of follow along with what these guys are doing. The NFL, the prominent face has mostly been white. You know what I mean? The people they're pushing is white. So unless those white players are pushing and they really care about this cause, we can get away with it. NBA, these players, their players union, the organization, way stronger than NFL. So they'll buff. They'll have a lockout. They don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they do have that on the owner and the commissioner's neck. So that is the one big difference. You know, they don't have a LeBron James, you know, Steph Curry. Even like you said, Jaylen Brown was only a fourth year player.
Yes.
Wait though, Wes, that's starting to change though, because actually, and I know we don't always recognize him, and that's wrong on our part, but Patrick Mahomes is the new face, and that's a black guy.
And no, you're right. But that's why it's changing now. That's why it's changing now.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you got
And Lamar
Patrick
Jackson
Mahomes,
too.
and
You got Lamar Jackson, right?
I mean, even was Dak,
Saquon Barkley.
You just got more people.
Not Dak.
People who
Deshaun Watson,
well,
not
just
Dak.
because he's on the Cowboys and he's a face. You know what I mean? You got people
Exactly. Derrick with the cowboy hat yet again.
Well, no, because Dak, when this whole thing started with Kaepernick, what did he say? I'm not dealing for the anthem. You know, that's distracting. Oh, why would I do that?
What did Carson Wentz say?
Carson Wentz.
Not a thing.
Listen. He didn't make a public statement. He didn't make a he did.
You know why?
He did. He didn't make a public statement though. He didn't make a public statement like that.
Where did he make a statement?
He didn't make a public statement like that. I'm saying when Dak made that statement in that term at that time, he didn't make that statement and say I don't believe in kneeling for the flag. He didn't say that.
Where was Carson Wentz?
He was supporting his teammates like Malcolm Jenkins and others.
No,
he was supporting them
and compliant. That's what's going on. That's what he was. I haven't heard nothing from Carson Wentz.
Really? He just came out with a statement a few weeks ago saying that
what did he say?
That he recognizes that his struggle as a white man will never match what black athletes and black people in general have to go through. And because of that,
this year?
We know.
No, we didn't just realize that this year, but he spoke out about it and was in support of all this. I haven't heard Dak say anything.
I'm gonna tell you what Carson Wentz was when this whole thing was going down. He was standing up, hand over his heart, crying like Drew Brees was.
No, you just want me to say that just because your guy got caught.
So Derrick, what if the roles were reversed? What if Dak was the Eagle? Would you still feel the same way that you're feeling right now?
Most definitely. You know why? Because I felt some type of way about Malcolm Jenkins when this whole thing went down with the Players Coalition. He basically kind of You know, remember when he kind of when
he flipped out on Eric?
Yeah, and it kind of because Eric Reed felt like he was a sellout to the movement and just gave in to the NFL's demands. I actually felt some type of way about Malcolm Jenkins at that time. But I will say that when I listened to what Malcolm had to say about it, it made sense, but I still thought it was a distraction in terms of just giving into the league at that point. I didn't fully agree with that. So yeah, even if this is like poison in my mouth, but even if Dak was an Eagle and Carson Wentz was a Cowboy, if teams were reversed, yeah, I would still feel the same way about Dak.
Let that settle in, man. You never know. It's a free agency out here. Carson Wentz gets hurt all the time.
No.
You never really know. You never really know.
We're not going down that road.
That could one day be your quarterback, man.
Nah. We have a black backup.
Hey, he's a backup though. Hey, on my Madden right now, Dak is the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey man, don't do that. Don't do that.
I said it like that.
That is absolute trash, man. You want to see the Eagles fail so bad. You want to put an inferior quarterback on the roster. Yes.
Wait. So you think the black Dak?
Yes.
Is,
in this
inferior
case, yes. In this case, yes.
I knew you wasn't with the cause. I knew you wasn't.
Oh my God.
In this case, that black man is worse than that white man. Yes.
But you used the word inferior. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
He's an inferior quarterback. He is. He can't throw. See, and I feel bad for CeeDee Lamb, man. I feel so bad.
You feel bad for saying what you're saying.
No, I stand fully behind what I'm saying. I feel bad for CeeDee Lamb because that dude is gonna run all those great routes just for that ball to fall 5-10 yards behind him or 5-10 yards ahead of him. It is horrible what that black man has to go through.
Oh man.
On that note, fellas, on how we feel about that particular subject. So, that being said, some basketball, shall we, fellas?
Yes, sir.
First, let's kind of start with a famous, known WNBA player. Well, she's kind of her own person, but some would kind of compare her to a female Kobe Bryant, if you will. Let's talk about
Maya Moore.
the difference that she
Collins
made
Hill
in
native.
African American man's life. Collins Hill rep, make some noise. Collins. On the community.
All right. So I think I know where Dwayne's going with this one. So Maya Moore
I need you to park, brother.
A park is well on the way. Looks like a park is well on its way. I might have to park. It sounds like a park is coming.
But yeah, Maya Moore just she is amazing. She put her career on hold in the midst of her prime for what, the last year and a half, right? About a year and a half, close to 2 years. Well, this season hasn't started yet. That's why I'm asking. Do we count this year?
Oh, I mean, officially, her not playing, 1.5 officially.
Yeah, so officially, so around that time, to help her friend, a guy that she met, I forget his name, Jonathan Irons, I believe.
Jonathan Irons.
That was unfairly. I'm sorry, he was wrongfully convicted, and was sentenced to 50 years in prison, and she fought to get him released, even though I think he spent about 30 years.
22nd.
It was 22nd.
22nd year.
22nd, yeah. So and that's a long time, but she helped push that movement to get him out. That was Maya Moore, man. I was a fan of hers before this, but Jesus, man, that is some type of thing to do, because imagine LeBron James putting his career, well, he's not in his prime now, but when he was in his prime, to put his career on hold to get someone out of jail,
and getting it done.
She got
it done.
Yes, that's the most important part. Yes.
That's wild.
Hats off to her. I have nothing but respect and admiration, because who else would do something like that? Like, think about it. That's you leaving your job to go help someone out that you don't even know. Are you doing something like that?
Me?
I'm not leaving my job, not for that. I help, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving my job.
Yeah.
I'll be there on Saturdays.
How about everybody Sundays,
Yeah. On your off day.
That's a different type of person.
Yeah, that's different.
Look, man, Maya Moore, Sports Illustrated named the greatest woman in the greatest winner, in the history of women's basketball. 4-time NBA champion, right? 2011, 2013, 2015, and 2017, right? WNBA Finals MVP, 6-time All-Star. This woman is incredible. You feel me? Like, when you think about what she means to women's basketball, she is phenomenal.
4 national championships.
Right. And so then she basically falls back, right? So she then leaves. She leaves that. She's a 2-time, you're talking about NCAA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2-time NCAA champion, 2009 and 2010, right? And so then she basically leaves, but she is the college player of the year 2 times, right? So she leaves basketball in the middle of her situation, right? Like, she is in the middle of this situation. She leaves basketball to go and fight for the rights for this man to get him out of prison. And she believes he was wrongfully accused, right? Based on, what I've read about the case, it looks like he was wrongfully accused. The fact that our justice system is so warped and messed up to where a woman like her has to stop what they're doing completely to come and focus solely on righting a wrong is beyond me in this country. That is beyond me, right? But her courage, like, she should be celebrated. She is celebrated. She should be celebrated, and she should forever be celebrated for what she has done and the sacrifice that she made, right? So greater love has no man than laid down their life for a friend, right? And greater love she has shown. You feel what I'm saying? And this should be what it is. This is Ali-esque. If you remember and even greater, because Ali was defending himself.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yeah.
He was defending himself and standing up for himself. This woman stopped and stood up for somebody else. That is a big deal. Yeah. That is a big deal.
They took him out of boxing.
So
she chose
to leave. You're absolutely right, Wes. So my whole thought is this. Like, man, for one, and we talked about this on Past the Ox. I know people remember that. But women, right? Like black men, let me just challenge black men if you're listening. We need to straight up stand up for our black women.
Yes.
Like, and not like for moments. This needs to be what it is from now on.
Yes.
Right? If as black men we don't start to stand up for our black women and fight for them like they fight for us.
Yes.
This isn't her husband.
No.
You feel me?
Not even a brother.
This is not her brother. This woman stopped what she was doing for a black man to walk free. Yeah. How dare we? How dare we not celebrate our black women, fight for our black women, right? Hold them up on that same pedestal that every other group or every other race of women are held up to. How dare we not show that type of love consistently, right?
Exactly.
For our black women. It's ridiculous that we don't, and I challenge all of us to do it from here on out, right? Sure. If you're listening to this, the challenge is yours. I need you, if you're a black man, listen, we need to stand up for our women the very same way that they stand up for us, because they're the ones leading this march. When George Floyd was the situation, where were our black women? Front of the lines. Front of the lines, fighting. You feel me? And we need to do the same thing for when we talk about Breonna Taylor, right? It's trending, then it's not, and then we're not there, right?
Yeah.
I challenge us to do better.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's black women are they're top of the top, man. There's nothing, you can't say anything bad about black women. They sacrifice so much for us to be able to be in the positions that we're in. You know what I'm saying? And for Maya to do something this big and important for a black man that wasn't even a family member is stunning. I truly believe she should be the new logo for the league. For the
WNBA. The WNBA for sure.
I think that's a move that they should make. You enshrine that.
There's going to be some sort of award at the ESPYs or something for Maya Moore.
Oh yeah,
for this for sure.
Oh yeah. This is different.
She should be the logo, like you said.
This is different. This is not something that you just breeze by, you know. And she wasn't even getting this type of coverage when she first announced it. You know what I'm saying? It was very little.
No one believed in it. That's why no one believed in it.
No one believed in it.
Wrote it off.
Maybe nobody believed she would be successful.
That's true.
It was. They didn't believe in it. That's what I meant. They didn't believe that.
You're right.
You're wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? So, you're taking the season off for this or whatever. Yeah. That's how everybody looked at it. And I mean, honestly, when it happened, and I looked up some research and I saw that she met this guy through a ministry group in, I think, her freshman year at UConn. I was like, okay, well, if she's taking the season off right now and she's known him since then, there's got to be something to this. Like she must have figured out something, and they have to have some sort of stride going. So I was thinking maybe a lesser sentence or something, but I didn't see this happening, especially not this quick.
Yeah,
I didn't see this happening.
I was skeptical when I first read about it. To think of a black man getting out of that situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, come on now. I didn't see
walking
that.
free
And walking free. I did not see that. I didn't, because like, when does that type of thing happen? It's
never
ever. Like a 50-year sentence. That man lost a good chunk of his life because of a wrongful conviction, and a black woman saved him.
She put everything on the line to save him too, and that's man.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
She put everything on the line for that, because what if it was so that he was actually convicted properly for that crime?
And now you support this kind of guy.
Now you support that. Yeah. So it's one of those things where, like, to have that type of confidence and conviction in what you're doing, that's next level. Mm-hmm. That's that Mamba mentality type of thing, right there. That's
real life.
Yes.
Not
in
real life. Court, in real life.
Yes. That's different. That's different. I respect it.
Different.
I respect it. Yeah. That's
much respect.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. I hope.
And Rick, like you said, I would like to issue a challenge. Let's everybody big up this and never forget this, like everybody did with Kim Kardashian when she got somebody out of jail. Let's go ahead and promote this the same way, because she, Kim Kardashian is a humanitarian activist.
Mm-hmm.
She got somebody out of jail, which was cool. I'm not knocking that, because I said the same thing. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But Maya Moore also stopped her profession and went and did the same thing. So,
yes.
I challenge everybody to let's promote that the same way. Let's remember that the same way, please.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
agree. And also, here's another challenge. How about we all support the WNBA?
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because for her to stop, she's not getting paid like a LeBron.
$100,000.
That's not the.
I think hers was $1 million. I think she had the first $1 million contract with her. Diana Taurasi, one of them, got like the first $1 million contract.
Right. But still, like, in the grand scheme of things, compared to the NBA, that's vet minimum. You know what I'm saying? Not even. And we. This is why I was so happy to see what Kobe was doing the last couple of years, which was like really supporting the WNBA, like pushing for everyone to go and support. And I believe that was big for that league, and I believe that this is big for that league as well. If we all support,
sure. Huge W.
Yeah, if we all support the WNBA the way that we should, see that cap go up. They earn more money, they get paid equally. That's what I want to see. I want to see Maya get what she deserves. You know what I'm saying? And all the women in that league to get what they deserve. To be recognized as high as a Kobe Bryant, and in your career make like what maybe his rookie contract, second contract. Come on.
That max salary for 2019, the max salary was $115,000.
That's not even a rookie.
So it was $100,000 for that.
Yeah, that was max.
Didn't somebody get $1 million? So nobody got $1 million contract. It was $100,000.
I'm not sure. I'll look and see if somebody got that, but they said so Moore will command a maximum deal, right? And so in 2019, the max salary was $115,000.
Okay, so it was $100,000. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. See, that's an issue.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
Now it's one of those things where they're only playing like 20, 30 something games.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, I mean, I'm not saying that she should only get paid $100,000, but it would have to be they're getting paid relative to how many games.
Relative, yeah, and see,
they're not going to get paid $100 million playing 30 games. It's not gonna
right.
Well, it's probably just because those games that people aren't really there. Like, some people are
I've been
there.
to a few dream games.
Me too.
I know.
Me
I've
too.
been to a few dream games.
Yeah, you can go right down to the court side.
Yeah, I mean, now what they're doing is they're being a little smarter because they used to have it at the Phillips Arena, but now they moved it to the Georgia Tech Arena. So
did they?
Smaller venue, looks more personable, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Intimate is the word. And
so like the summer league.
It's like a summer league kind of thing, but it's not like a rinky-dink type of thing though, because it's still good production.
Yeah,
but I think if more people put attention towards it, then it would be better. But it's like, well, not many people are watching, so we're not going to be on our P's and Q's like we should be. Yeah, that's more so what it looks like to me.
Right, and see that's why I say, like, if we support it the way we should support it, we can see the league expand out, add more teams. That'll increase. Make the schedule get bigger. Mm-hmm. It'll be what it needs to be. The WNBA should not be viewed less than college basketball, less than even high school basketball. That the disrespect that league gets is horrible. It's trash. Those women play. Now there are certain things I want to see change to be able to increase the viewership. Which I know they don't want to lower the rim and stuff like that. I think if you just lowered it,
don't do that. Don't do that.
No. I'm not saying. I'm saying because think about it. We like dunks, right? That's part of it.
You can't do that though.
I know you can't. I know you
can't.
can't.
You can't do that though.
I know you can't.
They'll be just disrespected as hoopers. You can't do that.
I get it. I get it. No, I get it. No, I get it. But there's certain things like that. Right. No, I agree. I agree.
What's that 10 feet that we not hooping?
10 feet that we not hooping. You can't do that.
No, I agree.
If I was a woman in the NBA, I'd be like, nah, man, don't do it.
I agree.
What's that 10 feet that we not hooping?
Listen, I agree. I agree as a fan. But if you're talking about a marketing type of thing, that would be one of the easiest ways you could market the league to attract more fans. That would be just one way.
Before that.
Yeah, that's true. No, I agree. We will see that before that. I agree. But there's certain things they could do to increase viewership. And if the NBA really bigs up the WNBA the way that they should, I know a lot of players do. Like I've seen like Bradley Beal and other guys actually speak up about the WNBA. Kevin Durant, Steph. They've done that, but I think there needs to be something else to go with it, because
they need to show these guys at the games, because they used to just show Kobe. They need to
right
on Sports Center, like, hey, look at Russ and them. They're at this game.
Yes,
they need to start doing more of that.
Yeah,
and they need to start getting them NBA writers. The WNBA get some of these storylines going. Yeah, storylines not whacking.
Yeah,
storylines popping.
I really wasn't a big fan of that Brittany Griner thing.
We need to rig some things real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Something gotta go.
I agree. There's a lot that they can do to increase viewership, and I hope they do. But Maya Moore deserves more recognition and to be immortalized, and I think that putting her as a logo would definitely be a start.
Big facts.
I agree.
Big facts.
Let me ask you guys.
I signed that petition.
Yeah.
Sign that petition?
I signed it.
Yeah. I think that'd be great.
Who do you guys think? I mean, it might seem like a tough question to really ask because they're both impacting in their own ways. Mm-hmm. But between the two athletes, who would you say is probably doing the most in a way? I don't want to make this unfair on you guys. Between Colin Kaepernick and Maya Moore. Who would you
So
say
between Colin
probably
Kaepernick and Maya, Maya Moore, who's doing more for the struggle?
Yeah, I mean, because putting
Take us
their
to the
careers
struggle
potentially on the line. Yeah, you know, like.
Man, that's a hard one. I don't want to pit the two against each other. I think that
There's no easy way out.
You see, I'm trying to find it, right? I'm trying to, man. You know what I'm going to say, but I'm trying to say it the right way. Like,
try to moonwalk out of that one.
I'm trying my best. It ain't working. I think in terms of the movement itself, you have to say Kaepernick because he's had more national presence. There's more media coverage. There's, whether good or bad, there's just more media coverage on it, and it's been a longer time. He's been doing this for 4 or 5 years now. So I think in terms of that, who's doing, like, if you want to measure it, who's, done the most by stats, you'd have to say Kaepernick. But what Maya did single-handedly, like that just that thing itself, that in and of itself, I think deserves more recognition because of the fact that, like you said, Rick, it wasn't about her. It was about someone else specifically, versus like a Muhammad Ali. That's different. So that I don't view them to be in the same category in terms of that. It's just that if you're looking at stats, though, yeah, okay. Kaepernick has done more statistically, but impact. I think. That's not the right word.
But give you the debate fuel, baby.
I just think what she has done is just that's worth being enshrined. You wouldn't enshrine Kaepernick over this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Would you make him the logo? If there's a logo, would you make him a logo?
So what's the logo? Him kneeling?
Oh,
no, the afro.
Kneeling with the fro.
Put a little pick in it.
I know, right?
I mean, look, Maya only becomes a logo because of A, what she's done socially, and B, she was the best player in the league when she left. Also, so those two go hand in hand.
That's true.
Colin wasn't the best player when he left.
He was on the bench when he left, so he was technically just taking a knee for water. Like, he was already there.
He was already taking knees. You know what I mean?
But real talk. Like, okay, and I love what Wes just said. Maya did what she did on the court. You feel me?
Yes.
Dominated on the court, was the best in the league on the court, and then she went to go fight in the courts. That's different.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's a bar.
And the thing, yeah.
Like LeBron leaving.
It'll be like LeBron leaving, right? It'll be like LeBron leaving for justice, and LeBron's not leaving for that. Kyrie would, though. So now,
he would say he's leaving for justice. He's going to Tahiti.
Kyrie's always saying that because he's injured right now.
For justice.
Kyrie's only saying that right now because he just had surgery a few months ago.
All I know is Brown ain't going nowhere. He trying to get this for a championship. So,
which is not happening.
It would. So look. Now, you know what though? I kind of feel like it won't happen for a completely different reason. But anyway, so now as I look at Maya Moore, what I say about Maya Moore is that she won, which is different because she's a winner. She was named 2017 Performer of the Year, right? Sports Illustrated did name her the greatest winner of all times, and she went from the basketball courts to the actual judicial courts and wins again. You feel me?
Undefeated.
And so what is this Undefeated. What does this do? What does this do for the movement? Yeah.
Michael Jordan changed sports, and you see what happened when he went to baseball. When Maya went to the courts,
she walks away a winner.
You feel me? Away a winner. Yeah.
What this does for the struggle is it gives us hope, right?
Yes.
That if you're willing to put it all on the line, you can walk away from the situation a winner, and you can actually win, and justice can be served, right? And yes, there's been years of injustice, but if you stand up for it, right? And if you really dedicate yourself to it and sell out to it, sacrifice for it, you can see a win. And that's what Maya Moore just did for the struggle. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And she's winning in that case. And so that's why, I hate it just like you, D. I don't like the struggle. I don't like the struggle Olympics. Because yeah, you know what I mean? Like, do we all have to watch together? Some of us more than others, Like, I was there during the struggle. You really weren't at the protest. I don't know, Like,
but see, that's actually a good point. People have the same goals. They're fighting from different angles. Like, some people, not everybody has the same job. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't want to put this into the same thing because, yeah, they're fighting. They have the same goal in mind, but like you just said, Rick, there's some people that went to the protests, some people that didn't.
People battled online.
Sign petitions and stuff like that. But there's stuff you can't look at anything done as lesser than. That's why I'm saying that. It's if you're looking at stats and just want to numbers and all that stuff, okay. But I think the impact is pretty much the same. I think the impact is pretty much the same because they both put blows into this structure of white supremacy. They did, and that's something that can't be taken away. That's different right there. That's different. They both sacrificed their careers, whether you want to say Kaepernick was on decline or not.
He still sacrificed.
He still sacrificed his career. That's something that you can't undermine and just say just throw it away. That's a big sacrifice because he very well may not play football again in the NFL.
Yeah,
Maya can still come back. It's different. It's different. So, yeah, I think their impact was pretty much the same. I think it was because they sacrificed their careers. They put their careers on the line. You don't see that all the time.
Mm-mm.
You don't see that.
That's facts.
Yeah.
So, fellas, well, then what I'd like to know for this then, before we wrap this thing up, is with our basketball specialist here, Mr. Wes, we can't let this night and this episode go without talking. What I need to know is,
talking what?
You guys have seen the schedule. What are y'all thinking right now? What are your thoughts on the schedule lineup going in?
So you want to know thoughts on the schedule and the lineup. So thoughts on the NBA schedule, thoughts on the lineup, right? Go for it, D.
I'm gonna give it to you, Wes. Go ahead.
You sure? You want to go first?
I'll go at some point. Go ahead.
Okay. My thoughts are that it's a stupid idea. This will probably last 4 games maximum. It's 4 or 5 games max. 8 games maximum because they have 8 playing games. Did it go maybe to 8 games? Too many people test for COVID. Too many people will break the rules and get up out of here, break the bubble, and it's going to end it. This is what's going to happen. Yes. I'm not even going to talk about the playoffs, so that's not going to happen.
We're in the bubble, Wes.
Yes. No,
I agree.
If you've been paying attention, Adam Silver has been very vehemently saying this is not a bubble, it's a campus situation. Because it's not a bubble because they're going to have Disney workers going in and out of this. They're going to have them going in and out. They can't control these people because Disney has a union. So the only people you can control is your own players. You can't control Disney players. So it's not a bubble.
But the NBA players are in the semi-bubble.
Campus.
Here's
campus situation.
Here's the thing about that. Wes is completely correct on this.
Mini bubble?
Because think about this. The NBA the NBA is not going to pay for chefs, janitorial workers, anyone that's coming in to do maintenance work, whatever. They're not paying for them to stay in this quote unquote bubble for 3-4 months, right? From what I understand, that's not happening.
Well, no, not 3 months. It'd be, 2 months.
They can pretty much go back home after they finish their day's work. You still got to go through a park that's going to be filled with people.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
That you don't have to do.
Is the park? No, I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about the people that are working in as chefs and stuff like that. People cutting hair and all that stuff. They're all those people are going to be there. But
they'll be like, it's a weird. Have you ever been that set up? Have you been down there before?
I've been to Universal Studios. I've never been there though.
The setup that they're having is the wide world of sports. Luckily, I've been there a couple of times since there, and it's like a huge section of Disney World that you have to like get on the highway. It's separate from the park.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like the park. Like it's a part of the park, but you have to get back on the highway and go over it. So there's
Disney balling.
Yeah, so I mean, now and those people once they're there, they'll probably just be around that area. You know what I mean? They probably won't be by the main park more than likely. But the problem is they're gonna go back home.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're still going to be interacting with people outside, and Florida's spiking with their cases. So the idea that you can say that these people can still come in and out to work every day.
Over with.
I don't see where the benefit is with this. I also don't see how we're supposed to go from what 3-4 months of not playing basketball to you get a few weeks to play exhibition games and go right into the playoffs. It's not. I don't see how that's a benefit to anyone.
You're screaming injury.
Thank you. The risk for injury is a lot higher. It's a lot higher. I don't see where they benefit with this. I understand the need to try to bring it back. I understand it. That's Adam Silver's job.
There's no real need.
There's no need though. There is no actual need.
There's no need. Because I mean, the owners got the money. Owners are good. There's no need. There's a pandemic out here. No need.
I agree.
We're good.
What's the face for, bro?
Rick's about to explode, y'all.
If the players are living check to check, man, hey, that's tough. That's tough. And I'm not thinking about the 10-day players. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about the people on 10-day contracts and the people being from the G League. I'm talking about people who are on the roster. You're an NBA player. You're signed to an NBA contract where you get paid millions of dollars. If you know you get paid $2 million a year and your house costs $10 million, it's your fault. So I don't feel bad. You know what I mean?
I agree. Well,
hey.
See, that's also a part of it. There are only a handful of players that I believe that are signed with Clutch that have actual guaranteed contracts. There are only like maybe I know LeBron, AD. If I'm not mistaken, I think John Wall was guaranteed this year.
Percentage.
I'm sorry.
They're full percentage. Yeah.
Full percentage, yeah. So there are only a few players that got that in their contract. Not all of these players have guaranteed contracts for the season. So, you know, I can understand from that perspective the players themselves wanted to go back, but the league in general, I don't see the rush to risk. I just in the season, start everything back over in October and continue from there. Rick, what's the face for, bro?
I love basketball.
Me too. Like that's my favorite sport.
I love it.
Look.
I love it. I love it.
That's my favorite sport.
You can put that down.
Wait, what's your team?
Shout out to Jaylen Brown, though. Shout out to Jaylen Brown. That's my boy.
What's your team? Who's your team?
Phoenix first, Atlanta second.
You got two teams, bro. You like Rick here.
I'm allowed to have that.
It's a hometown discount, though. You got to go to hometown discount.
I'm from Atlanta. Yeah.
Ah.
My team is Phoenix.
He did say
Phoenix.
Okay.
If Phoenix comes to Atlanta, I'm rooting for Phoenix. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, that's my team.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Hey, bro, you don't gotta explain yourself, Wes.
Down though. I'm a Kobe fan. You know what I'm saying?
Wes, you don't gotta explain yourself, brother. You have multiple teams. That's the right way to be.
No.
You're not doing nothing wrong, man.
No, I was
you ride or
like
die.
that.
Hey, man.
You ride or die with one team.
Wes.
I've known Rick. I've known you for what, 4 or 5 years?
Don't worry about that, Wes.
This dude has been a Pelicans fan. He's been a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. He's been now he's a Lakers fan.
LeBron fan.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Heat.
I'm pretty sure he was a Heat fan. He was talking about the Hawks for a quick second, and then he got off. And as soon as they couldn't.
They're right there.
Yes, I don't like that, man. You'd ride or die with one team. That's it.
Wes, brother, you do what you want to do, Wes. Who can tell you who to cheer for? You know,
Hey, look,
they're not there next to you.
That too.
You know what I mean?
I got my teams. I got my 3 teams alike. You know what I'm saying? I do got 3 teams.
Well, I'm not saying you can't like other teams. I'm just saying you talk about being a fan. Man, see, but you're a Wes fan. Yeah, you're a fan of which team though? The Suns.
Derrick, stop trying to define this man and put him in your box.
No, Phoenix is my team.
Box.
No. Because if you don't have a team, you got to have your
You have to have a team.
And all else fails, you got to have your.
You have to have
don't concede to this, man.
I'm a basketball fan. I love watching other teams. I think the Clippers.
No, I'm with you.
Great team.
I'm with you.
That's
don't
my
be
coach.
with him, Wes. That's not the way to go.
But
you can be by yourself on your own island, Wes.
It's so hard to keep that mentality now, though, because of players switching teams willy-nilly.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of my team, bro. Listen,
it's so tough.
I was struggling with my Celtics when they had Jared Sullinger, Jordan Crawford.
Oh, God.
I've been with this team.
Oh, God.
I was a fan of this team when Paul Pierce was by himself.
You know what?
Not making the playoffs.
Derrick. And I still cheer for them.
And they have not sent you anything for that. All you've been through with them.
And
they have done.
They got an 08 championship, baby.
You got one.
Yes.
And all that time. And you know how many I've had in the same amount of time?
How many
I've had in the same amount of time?
How many have the Pelicans have?
When I don't have the Pelicans, I still got the Lakers. When I don't have the Lakers, I still have the Cavs.
No.
When I don't have the Cavs, I got the Heat.
When I didn't have the Heat. You need to feel disappointment. You need to feel heartache.
You couldn't stop the Lakers.
Yeah.
I did.
You need to feel pain. You need to feel disappointment.
Look, at first I had the Bulls, then I had the Lakers.
You had to feel it.
During the Warrior years, I felt that.
No, you didn't feel that.
During the Warrior years, I was hurt.
You can't claim that. You can't claim that championship.
No, I'm not with the Warriors.
No, feel me? The Cavs is what I'm talking about. You can't claim that. You can't claim that. You can't claim the 2 titles that Miami won.
After what I've been through.
What have you been through?
The Cavs years when they were not that great.
You were not a fan of the Cavs when they just had Anderson Varejao.
No, I'm talking about the year. I'm talking about the year Kyrie and Love got hurt. I'm talking about that year. I was there.
Yeah, okay. You was shooting in the gym?
I was there with those brothers. Yo, straight up now, y'all mentioned something.
You was there when J.R. Smith missed the wrong goal.
I was there.
That ain't struggle, bro. That ain't struggle, bro.
Y'all didn't been through that struggle with me.
Nah,
I was there when LeBron was.
That's a bandwagon struggle.
No, stop it. Anyway, so now as we look at this, right? Y'all mentioned that there's no reason for us to play the NBA season.
Not during the pandemic.
Not during the pandemic.
Look. There is a reason. And
what?
You mentioned injuries.
Money.
I'll just say this. You mentioned injuries. You said that, we'll play exhibition games before we hop into the playoffs, right? And they're kind of, set up for injuries. But if you look at it right now, they're already training right now. It's July 3rd. Games don't actually start until the 31st. They have weeks to go and train and get themselves back right? Now, we're talking about them stopping because of the pandemic. There's consistent testing going on, and those who test positive will go away, and that'll just become a norm for us. It's not a norm right now. And the last time this happened, we were like, oh, somebody tested positive. Now everybody has to go away. It'll become the norm that if somebody does test positive, they'll go away for a period of time and then come back. Like, that'll be a new norm for us. We haven't got to that point yet, but it will be a new norm for us. There are plenty other storylines that we still need to follow. We still want to follow. Very much want to follow. We want to know if LeBron will win his fourth. We want to know this battle for LA. Like, we want to understand. But we do want to know, and all the naysayers out there, like the Derrick Myers in the world, who say LeBron James won't do it. Now, I don't believe he'll do it either, because I think Zion Williamson wins the championship this year.
They'll do it.
But
what? Wait, what?
Yeah.
What the hell? You did. Wait, hold on. Is that your hot take?
I told you I was coming. I tried to warn you. I did it like Chappelle. I said at the top of the show, hot take coming.
No, you did.
Y'all what?
I completely forgot. I completely forgot about it. Hold on.
I said it was coming.
How do you foresee that? How do you compute?
You said Zion's going to win a 2K championship?
That sounds more accurate.
Have you not seen Zion Williamson today?
Don't care.
He's amazing.
No. Have you seen him today?
He's amazing. He looks amazing.
Yes, he does. He looks great.
He's amazing.
What does that mean?
Listen. Let me tell you what that means.
Superhero.
Yes, and that is all that we needed. Honestly, when you look at New Orleans, right, they are set. I don't have to explain this to people who don't believe
You
it.
just gave up on LeBron like his hairline did. Get out of here, man.
No, I don't want to explain to you naysayers. I don't want to explain to you doubters. Listen, y'all don't feel what happened. Look,
I like Lonzo Ball. Come on, keep going. Let me hear it.
You have to. It's beyond just Lonzo. That team is set up. It's set up to win the championship this year, not later on. It's during this time when chemistry is off for all the major teams, right? So for the bigger teams, you have teams like the Houston Rockets. Those two ain't gonna get along in the playoffs. They don't really like each other that much. They're not gonna make it. They're done, right? You look at. Say it again.
They weren't winning anyway because of size.
And who has all the size? Zion Williamson. All right, cool. They're gone. Now you look at this Chris Paul situation, right? Look at the Chris Paul situation. Now, Chris Paul and his minions have done pretty well, but they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it for real. We know that. The storyline ends. They're not going to get there, right? Okay. LeBron James, I see LeBron James, and I absolutely cheer for him. I think he is the man, and I'm not pledging allegiance to Zion Williamson.
Yes,
I'm only suggesting that this could be that year when a young, talented team filled with chemistry, right, takes the situation, because this is an asterisk situation. No, not that one. But this is the situation.
Hey, look.
This situation.
Now, look, they could do something.
They could do something, but the problem is they're in the East. I know. They're in the East. And the problem is they've never made it out for years, and they ain't making it out this year. That's the problem with the Celtics. You feel me? I love them. I think they're great. Their coach is very awesome and nice and sweet, and he has very good strategies. However, I don't think they have.
I'm not convinced on Brad. I'm not convinced on Brad yet.
Don't do that.
I don't see them making it to the mountaintop. The mountaintop's not for them. It's not for a guy like Tatum. Like, Tatum is going to be great. That's why he's not on the cover, because he's not that guy yet. He's close, but he ain't that guy yet. I love Tatum. I love him, but he ain't that guy yet, and you know it. Okay, now, beyond Tatum.
And Zion is?
Why is he not? Have you seen Zion?
How is Zion that guy?
Look, did you see Thanos coming? No, you didn't. You watched that movie. You sat there and you were like, okay, when will the superheroes win? They didn't win because Thanos took the day. And who is Zion
and
Williamson?
Guess what happened? And
Thanos,
at the end, at the very end, what happened to Thanos? Snap.
But guess what?
Look, Thanos had 5 rings
that
by
was...
then, though.
Yeah.
I had 5 rings by that time. I ain't gonna lie. He might have convinced me. I'm not sure, man. Oh, no.
He also destroyed every one of them.
He did.
He destroyed them all. Listen.
I don't know how I look on camera today, y'all. I'm pretty sure I look every bit as fat as I feel, but I do, I do love the way this is coming together. It's phenomenal, man, and I can't wait. I can't wait until Zion Williamson takes the entire NBA world by storm in this situation where, look, it just seems like if this were a normal situation, there's no way New Orleans has a shot. There's no way. But this situation ain't normal. And when Thanos came, it wasn't normal.
Hold on. Aren't
this
they
time
still
when he
fighting
snaps,
for the
it's gonna be
8th
over.
spot? Aren't they still fighting for the 8th seed?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. And that's why it's going to be one of the best stories you've ever seen in your life.
I'm going to tell you something right now, bro. They're not getting that from Memphis. They're not getting that from Memphis.
No.
Well,
Not getting
now
it.
y'all do know the rules, right? If you come within 4 games, that 8th seed, then it becomes a play-in tournament style. So 8 has to play 9, and they have to win best 2 out of 3. Like if 8 wins that first game, then 8 goes to the playoffs. If 9 wins that first game, they have to win another game against them, and then they go to the playoffs. So
in this world of chaos,
that would be very
in this chaos, the Pelicans will soar.
Okay.
You only have to be within 4 games.
Okay.
So
you may have convinced me that they can. Okay. I didn't realize that was part of it.
Yeah.
In this chaos is when the Pelicans can soar.
I'll give you that's possible.
Yeah, they can get the playoffs. That's for sure. That's a fact. They can get there.
But you're telling me they get the 8th seed. They're beating the Lakers.
No.
Knock them off.
Okay.
No.
And it honestly hurts me a little bit.
I'm so disappointed in you.
It hurts me a little bit.
So disappointed in you, Rick.
It hurts me a little bit. I don't even like it.
I'm so disappointed in you.
I don't even like it
for
for real.
playing 7-game series?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I'm aware.
You know the sliders are on Hall of Fame?
Say again?
You know the sliders are on Hall of Fame?
It was on Hall of Fame during the regular season. Look, before the pandemic, it was there, but we slid it back.
Oh, you put it on pro?
Listen, bro.
We didn't do that. The world did it.
He put it on rookie.
The pandemic put it on pro.
Crazy.
The pandemic put it on pro, not me.
If they put it on rookie, I'll give it to you. That's very possible. Yeah.
Hey, look, if it were on Hall of Fame, then this wouldn't be a situation. It would be the regular normal season, but it ain't normal, bro. It ain't normal. It's on pro. It ain't normal, bro.
It's on pro right now. You're right. Zion might go crazy.
Nah, I don't see them beating the Lakers. I'm sorry. Too much experience. There's too much experience over there. I don't see them beating the Lakers. Just that ain't happening. Now,
that experience might be the problem. Them revving up that engine again could be problematic. But I think they'll have time though. They have time to rev up that engine.
If I thought these guys weren't playing basketball the whole pandemic, then I would believe that. But I know they've been playing basketball the whole pandemic.
They have been. Most definitely.
Yeah. And the biggest reason, like, this is the thing. It can go like 2 ways. It can either they play a few games to end this, or it might go the whole way because they set it up smart. The reason why they're having the training camp and then they play the games is because if you come back, as soon as you come back from training camp, you have to get tested. They know a bunch of people are going to test positive. So you have a 3 or 4 week training camp. So you get those 2 weeks to recover, quarantine, and you still have 2 weeks to train, get in shape, and then go to the playoffs. So they set it up smart with that factor. But
no, that's very smart. It's very smart. I just don't see the risk of exposure to players is way too high. The risk of injury high.
Women, ladies of the night. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on.
You can't tell. Listen, as much time as James Harden has spent in strip clubs, you cannot tell me he ain't gonna
You
hire
know who's
someone.
not gonna fly in a woman of the night?
Ooh.
Kimba,
Zion Williamson,
Jason Tatum.
Zion's not flying in women of the night because he's busy talking to his Duke girlfriend.
I'm about to say, you got him on.
Have y'all seen this guy?
She disappeared fast, man.
Have y'all seen this guy on a call? You're so beautiful. No, stop that. Don't say you're not beautiful.
Oh my
you are.
God, man. This
you are.
Such a cornball. I was like, come on, Zion. You got to know how fire you are. You can't
that dude, he's got game on the court, but when it comes to women, it ain't there. That's why he ain't flying anyone in.
Stop it! You are beautiful. Did you see? I don't want to hear that.
You saw his Lancer hit it with this one.
Oh,
no,
God.
you're beautiful.
But what are your predictions? Like, let's say, for example, everything is copacetic, and
no major players go out because of
no
COVID.
major players go out.
Yeah.
You know, what are your predictions for the season?
Everybody's still healthy. Everything going on. Season intact. My gut tells me Lakers versus Celtics. And the Lakers win the championship. But it's like, this is the thing. I want to say the Celtics get to the championship. I really do want to say that because, like I said, Jalen's my man. The team is set up very nice. They have chemistry.
They have a much better team.
Than who?
The Celtics.
Than who?
1 through 15 have a better team than the Lakers.
No, it's not true.
Oh,
But-
that's very true. The Lakers. The Lakers.
The top 1 and 2 on the Lakers is better than the whole 15 on. If we're going like that.
Yes, most definitely.
You know,
Most definitely.
if we're
No,
going
I'm
like
I'm saying though, if you look at the team 1 through 15 on the roster, the guys that the Lakers have are not more talented than the Celtics.
Who's the backup center on the Celtics?
AD and LeBron, I'll give you.
Derrick.
Who's the backup center on the Celtics?
I'm sorry?
Who's the backup center on the Celtics?
Enes Kanter and Robert Williams.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, but tell me who's the backup center for the Lakers?
Dwight and JaVale.
Okay. Tell me who you have 2 through 4.
Nobody.
No one. Thank you. See,
LeBron James.
Avery Bradley gone. He's out. That's one.
Did you not hear J.R. Smith was coming?
Okay. So what? Tell me.
Did you not hear J.R. Smith was coming?
Tell me who he's stopping defensively.
That's a championship right there.
Tell me who he stops.
Tell
me who he stops. Tell me who he stops. You put him on Jaylen Brown. You put him on Marcus Smart. Overmatched.
I mean, honestly, Marcus Smart.
Jaylen Brown doesn't score like that, though.
Hey, stop. Marcus Smart is going to shoot them out.
Who?
He doesn't.
Jaylen Brown.
Did you say Jaylen Brown?
He's the leading scorer. He's the leading scorer on the team.
He don't score like that.
You don't watch basketball, do you?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Don't he average 19 this year?
Yeah, somewhere around there at 19,
Like
20. No.
That's not.
Hold on. Tatum, Kimba, and Brown have all averaged 20 this season. Is that great? And then Gordon was around 16 to 18.
No, they got hoopers. I'm not going to do that. Y'all got some hoopers.
Please tell me. Please tell me who.
Okay.
Who are the Lakers stops?
Can we not?
All that.
Well, Gordon Hayward stops himself.
Yeah.
Smart shoots them out the game. If when he start, and you know this, on transition, he takes those transition threes way too much. He thinks he's supposed to be that guy that's supposed to take.
Last year, it was way too much. I agree. That was my criticism.
Way too much.
I agree.
You know, every year he's been on this team in the playoffs, he has that thing where he feels like he's supposed to be the guy to take those shots.
But
every year he's done it. I want to see him change this year. If he changes this year,
I think he's
changed. You guys have an argument.
Wait.
You know why I say that? Because you have Kimba, Tatum, Brown, Hayward that you can pass to. He knows how to pass very well, and he knows he shouldn't be taking all those shots. Now, as
Kyrie,
a diversion,
he still took them.
Yes, and that was the problem. Kyrie was the problem.
Man,
Kyrie was the problem.
Kyrie was the problem, but guess what? If he's on the team, should nobody take no shots but him. If Marcus Smart,
but when you listen, when you're statistically doing worse than you have ever done in your career, you should not be shooting. That man was like 2 for 17, and then said I should have taken more.
Can't tell the greats that.
Listen, he's not Kobe. He ain't Kobe. The greats, yes, I agree with you on that. The greats do it. Kyrie is only great at handles. That man cannot lead a team. He is not built
Can't
to lead a team. That's the problem. Kyrie was the leader of that team and trashed that team. In fact,
he did. He almost ruined y'all.
He screwed us over.
He almost ruined y'all for real.
He really did. But
didn't LeBron already beat a Celtics team like this?
With Jason Terry on it? Yeah, okay. What?
Oh, whoa. Well, let's not act like you didn't think Scary Terry was the man at the time. Let's not act like
Jason Terry?
Let's not act like you didn't think Scary Terry was the man.
I liked him, but
you talking about Terry Rozier, not Jason Terry.
I'm talking about Jason Terry.
No, he beat the Terry Rozier team.
09 or 10.
Right?
Yes.
He beat the
11.
Terry Rozier team.
I'm sorry?
11.
I'm sorry? What'd you say?
No, I'm not talking about that team.
You're talking about the Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown
LeBron
team.
Beat that team.
Yes.
Those are a bunch of young guys, though.
And Gordon Hayward was still out.
There's a bunch of young
Kyrie
guys, though.
was gone.
Gordon Hayward was still
Daniel Tice was gone.
Yeah.
What did you expect?
They shouldn't even have got there.
They shouldn't even been in the Eastern Conference Finals.
They shouldn't have got there.
So let me ask you a question.
Sorry. No.
What separates this Celtics team from every other Celtics team that have failed on the same mission?
Chemistry.
Beyond out of your wildest dreams, that chemistry that they have is second to none. Defense, shooting, rebounding.
The Bucks.
No, not even the Bucks. They're better than the Bucks.
Their team has still been the same since last year. Like their chemistry is otherworldly. Their
chemistry is really good. Their chemistry is really good. But when they get to the playoffs,
that's why I didn't say the Bucks, because I'm not sure. I want to see how
when they get in the playoffs
works out.
It doesn't work.
That works out.
That chemistry is only good when it's a regular season. When they get into the playoffs, the thing just dips. So I don't know what happens.
Second best players.
Now wait, but Derrick, is it possible that they overcome?
No.
Can they overcome that hill though?
No.
The Bucks?
No.
Because every team does have a hill they eventually overcome.
I mean, they can. I think they can.
I don't think they will.
Is their chemistry better than the Raptors?
Who?
It's so hard to. I mean, it's hard to say these things because the Raptors.
Yes.
The Raptors lose a player.
Yeah.
They lost a player.
Yeah. Their chemistry is better than the Raptors. Most definitely.
You think so? Because I think the Raptors have been overachieving.
They have been overachieving. They
overachieved because of chemistry.
They have been overachieving. They have overachieved. But 1 through 15 is like, that's what I'm saying. Like 1 through 15, their chemistry is tight. Grant Williams is giving them great play. Romeo Langford, both rookies. Javonte Green. He shouldn't be out there doing all the stuff that he's doing as well. They're not going to get that. I'm not saying they're going to get their big minutes in the playoffs, but all I'm saying is that 1 through 15, their chemistry, I trust their chemistry more than I trust the Raptors or I trust the Bucks, because I've seen them
do it.
Yeah.
At a younger age. They did it at a younger age.
Yeah. Jason Tatum helped lead that team to the Eastern Conference Finals. Whether you like to say it or not, Rick, they've been to the Eastern Conference. When's the Lakers been to the Western Conference Finals? When was the last time they went?
LeBron just got there.
So I'm sorry.
Wait. LeBron just got there. Let's not act like, you know what I mean? Let's not act like he's been there the whole time. I'm just saying. It's on the second year there, and in his second year there, he's gonna take him all the way to the promised land. Well, at least close before Zion beats him. So hold on. Whoa. Are you predicting? I'm predicting the first round. No, I can't. Right?
Okay. I thought you were saying they were going to jump the 8
That'll put them in 7, right? That'll put them in 7. So no, I think they'll be at 8. But when I say they'll get close, I mean they'll be the number 1 team in the Western Conference the whole entire time, right? I don't want to go back on myself, but if they're able to beat Zion, if they're able to, right, then they win the championship. It's not even a thing.
If a miracle happens.
Hold on, you do realize there's another team in LA, the Clippers.
You think I'm unaware of them?
Yeah. I'm not convinced.
I'm
not convinced.
I most definitely am. You know why?
They're really good. And
you know why?
That's
How
scary.
about this?
I'm not convinced.
How about
scary.
this?
The coach is
You
scary.
know who hasn't passed the eye test for me?
the
Paul
coaching and the dogs that they have on
That's
that team are much better than what the Lakers have.
In theory,
Coaching wise,
in theory.
and the other players that they have, much better. Much
theory.
better.
You want to know what else?
Marcus Morris
bigger
is
than that,
crazy.
Though?
What's that?
They got the other Morris brother though. So we
you
straight.
You want to know what else trumps all that?
What's that?
The fear LeBron strikes in those men. The only person that's not afraid of him on that squad is Kawhi.
Patrick Beverly's not scared.
I
though.
don't think Patrick is scared.
Patrick Beverly's not scared.
Patrick Beverly's afraid of this man. Patrick Beverly's afraid of this.
I don't think he is.
I don't think so.
I really don't. People like that in my life, bro. That's projecting. He's afraid.
He's from
of that
Chicago,
man.
right? Or Michigan?
I don't care where he's from.
I don't
care where he's from.
I don't.
He said,
I don't think he's scared, bro.
When LeBron says what it is, he knows. He might not be scared, but he knows what's going on. When LeBron says this is what it is. When LeBron steps on the court, that's daddy, and he knows it.
That's not the situation, man. I have a different take on why he said what he said.
He's daddy right now.
Okay. So look. He said, what's my guy? So Patrick Beverly said that, hey, if LeBron's playing, we all playing. That wasn't because it's, hey, LeBron's daddy and we're his kids and we'll do whatever he says. It was more so because, and this is my take on that, it was more so because, hey, if LeBron's playing, if he's on a mission to win a fourth, we're going to be here to stop him.
Like, yeah, that's exactly how I saw it. Yeah,
I think that's what he was more so saying, more so than him saying, "Hey, look, if LeBron's saying we playing, we gon' we down for it because we with LeBron." He don't care about that. He's here to stop LeBron at all costs.
He told Jared Dudley
kind of where he is with that.
He told Jared Dudley stop the complaining about the soft tissue issues and all that stuff like that, and said, "We're here to stop. We're here to stop you guys. Like it's not shut up and dribble." That's basically what he told him. Let's ball. Let's go. Like I don't think he's afraid.
It's not. I
don't think he's afraid. Look, Wes, it won't matter that he's not afraid, but he's not afraid.
Get out of here. I think the Clippers have a much better
4-1
coaching.
4-2 max. They go 6 games max. I said it here first.
With the Lakers winning?
Yeah, of course.
Hot take.
That's not a hot take though.
I'll give it 7. I'll give it 7.
I give it 4. I give it 4-3.
If it happens, I want you to remember this. This is not a hot take. When you're watching these games, you'll see the superior team. You'll see what happens in pressure moments. Lou Will, I love Lou Will, South Gwinnett legend. You'll see what happens in the 7-game series when they key in on that man. He's a walking bucket.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They target on him. They target him.
He'll be a detriment to the team. And guess what every analyst said? Lou Will's the key. So when they key in on him and stop him from scoring, when Paul George sits the bed like he does every other time, when he let Joe Ingles go off on him, let Joe Ingles beat him. That's your number 2.
I'm of the mindset that that's not happening.
I'm telling you, man.
I don't see that happening.
Joe Ingles beat you. You let Joe Ingles beat you. You're supposed to be first team all defense.
But Wes, that coaching
don't forget, he's used to getting sunned by LeBron when he was on Indiana. Don't forget that.
He is used to that. He's used to that.
2 years in a row.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with Wes. I'm with Wes.
I'm with Wes. My whole career by LeBron. I don't know.
I'm with Wes. If
it's over for them boys, man. Look, man. Like mentality is a big thing in that league, bro. Them boys ain't mentally ready for him, and they've been admitting it their whole time.
How about this?
DeMar DeRozan. If we had LeBron, we'd win too.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. That was pathetic. That was pathetic.
On. Like,
how about this?
Come on, he's broke these people.
If what you're saying is correct, and the Lakers do make it into the finals, and they meet up with the Celtics are winning that championship.
I'm on West side.
They're winning that championship.
That's one of those where I have more ties to Jalen than I do on anybody on that Lakers team. So if they do, they do.
That being said, fellas, it's been an amazing debate, and we could go on and on and on. So we'll definitely have to bring Brother Wes right back on this very show as we get closer to the NBA season in a few weeks, because once we get closer to the season, we'll be able to see which one of these fellas was telling the truth and which one of these brothers was kind of sitting on a lie.
Are you pointing toward the Hawks?
You guys in the audience. See? That being said, we're going to let you guys decide it. Make sure you leave your comments. Make sure you subscribe. Leave those reviews. Let us know what you guys think, and which one of these guys' corners you're sitting in right now. Who do you believe? Who are you siding with? Let us know. In the meantime, fellas, we're going to go around the room real quick, and I want you to give your final fuel and tell the people where they can find you.
Hey, real quick, I don't have a lot of time, but I'm gonna just say this, man. Man, y'all understand what it is, man. It's Thanos season. It's final, and I hate to see what's gonna happen to the rest of the NBA when they do come back. They aren't ready. They're not prepared for what is going to happen, and when this actual team chemistry that the Pelicans show really takes over the NBA, it's going to be phenomenal. So, and look, honestly, I said I'm here to offer a hot take. It is a hot take because there's so many doubters, so many unbelievers out there, and they were left like just in complete awe when it happened on screen. When they saw with the Avengers, they'll have that same feeling in their gut when it happens again. I'm gonna be on the right side this time and go with Thanos. If you want to find me, you can find me at MTMV Sports at everywhere you go, right? On Instagram. I'm talking to you calmly because I want you to understand this. On Instagram, on Twitter, right? Everywhere you can follow us and you can listen to our podcast. And if you want to hear more, it's amazing takes, please feel free to follow us anywhere. We love you and we thank you for this opportunity to talk to you today.
The end is near.
Oh my God. Listen, I'll just say this, man. My final take is, again, the Celtics are coming out of the East if the season remains. The Celtics are coming out of the East most definitely, and they are winning the championship. They are winning Banner 18. Sorry. It's just what's going to happen. Banner 18 will be coming to the TD Garden this year. And then, you can also find me at Derrick _OTS or at OTS Guys. I run the OTS account, so follow us both on follow on both accounts and hit me up.
Hopefully the season continues. Hopefully everybody don't catch the Rona. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody's responsible enough. Wash your hands, wear a mask. If the season continues, Lakers are going to win it all. Very easily, I might add. And Zion Williamson will also make the playoffs. I do believe that. I have family from Memphis, so I would like to see them over New Orleans, but I have to be real. Not going to happen. But if you want some more sports takes, man, follow your boy. Wes Got Next, Instagram, Twitter. I Got Next is the podcast. Stitcher podcast everywhere. So I don't know, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those things. You know what I'm saying? Hit your boy up, dog. We're talking basketball, anime, movies, TV shows, social justice. Hit your boy up. Wes Got Next.
All right. That being said, give us until the next time. We
yes, sir.
out.
Y'all have a great day.
Have a good one.